students, welcome to Dr. Deepa Dake's NEET Biology, and in today's session we begins with the new topic from human reproduction, that is placenta. First we study about the role of placenta in embryonic development of human being, and then after we come towards the parturition, and finally we complete this chapter today itself. Secondly, before beginning to the topic, the questions which are asked in NEET 2020 for this year from human reproduction. So two main questions are there that we already discussed in our different previous sessions. First question is asked from the menstrual cycle, that the question is of statement based question, and over there the level of hormonal level related question is that. So you kindly go through the NEET question paper. And the second question from the portion of fertilization or the portion of the second meiosis, that you can say oogenesis से related question है. So the question is related with oogenesis, and at the time of oogenesis second meiosis division is take place at what time, that question is actually there. So exactly I am not dictating question, extract I am discussing here. And that we already discussed in our last session, that the second meiosis in females only take place at the time of fertilization, when spermatozoa enters inside the secondary oocyte. So again I request to all children, kindly take seriously these sessions, because dedicatedly I pay my time, valuable time for you all students. And now we come towards our new session's topic, that is the placenta. So let's begin with placenta. As you all are knowing what is placenta. In human being, placenta is formed by the endometrium lining of the uterus and the chorion layer, extra embryonic membrane also we already studied. So chorion layer of the, किसका है chorion layer, extra embryonic layer, that is the chorion. And that's why whenever we study about the placenta in human, again important for your objective exam, whenever we study placenta, so placenta you remember in human being hemochorial placenta is present. So this part you remember very well, the hemochorial placenta is present in humans. Secondly, the what is placenta? So placenta you remember structural and functional unit between maternal body and developing embryo. First thing you remember. Next we study about the function of placenta. When we come towards functions, so mainly you remember it mainly responsible for nutrition from maternal body towards developing fetus. Secondly, it plays significant role in excretion. During excretion, excretory waste transported from the developing embryo or fetus towards the maternal body, and then we come towards the next function, that it also helpful in respiration. When we study about respiration, that means you remember it responsible for gaseous exchange. So these are the three functions. From here also maybe question will come, that which of the following is not a function of placenta. So these three functions you very well remember. Now यहाँ पर देखिए, when we come towards the placenta or we come for the function of placenta. So here one of the most important part you remember, placenta serve as endocrine tissue. Now why we say it serve as endocrine tissue? So here you remember, during the embryonic development, this placenta also responsible for the secretion of some particular hormone, or you can say special hormones in female. And one thing you remember, the hormones which were produced by placenta, they are only present in female. So here you remember, when the placenta function as endocrine tissues, in previous year, last year and before last year, questions in NEET already asked from this part, that related to the hormones. So first hormone you remember, the first hormone is HCG, that is human chorionic gonadotropin. This part you remember. So human chorionic gonadotropin is the first hormone. Second is HPL. So here you remember HPL. Again HPL stand for human placental lactogen. Thirdly, you remember third hormone is estrogen, and the fourth hormone is progestogen. Don't be confused between progesterone and progestogen. Progesterone is releases or secreted by corpus luteum, whereas progestogen is secreted by, or you can say produced by, the placenta when it functions as endocrine tissue. So these four hormones you remember very well. Secondly, the line that provided in NCERT, one of the most important line, at the later stages of pregnancy, these four hormones you remember, when releases by placenta, these four hormones are required in females to maintain the pregnancy. And once at the later stages of pregnancy, relaxin. So here don't be confused that the relaxin is produced by the endocrine tissue placenta. Here you remember relaxin, relaxin at the later stages produced by ovary. So this hormonal part is more important for your theory exam as well as for the NEET purpose. So this part you remember very well, that what hormones are releases from the placenta and which one is from the relaxin. Secondly, you remember the set of hormone is called as maternity hormone in females. What are these hormones? So these you remember HCG, HPL and relaxin. In addition to that, lactogen you study or prolactin. So these three hormones mainly you remember. These three hormones are only produced at the maternity period of the females, and that's why these three hormones are commonly called as maternity hormone. This part you remember. And in addition to that, the rest of hormones, when these hormones start to produce inside the body of female to maintain the growth of the developing or growing embryo, at the same time you remember the level of LH, level of FSH is also equally maintained in the body of the female, that required to maintain the growth of the developing fetus. Now slowly, when the placenta fully provided its different function, the development of the fetus, or you can say development of the embryo, is gradually completed. And after that, if you go through the NCERT, so in NCERT it is provided that the three germ layers that we already study in gastrula, three germ layers are formed, and after that the trimesters are provided. Trimesters means you remember the period of 12 weeks during the embryonal development is called as trimester. And in human gestation period, you remember the three trimesters are there, and every trimester or one trimester you remember, the each and one trimester is for the 12 week. And once the third trimester is completed, Then after, the process of parturition is begins. So now we come towards the process of parturition. So here when we discuss about parturition, first you remember it is a kind of neuroendocrine mechanism. First thing you remember, why it is called neuroendocrine mechanism, that we will study now. Secondly, parturition. Most of the students are knowing the process of providing birth to baby is called as parturition. So here simply you remember neuroendocrine mechanism, and it is a process of providing birth to baby. That process is called as parturition. Now during parturition, from where the signal is generated, that was the most important part. So here you remember, when in the chart form I explained this, when here you remember fully matured fetus produces first, plus here you remember along with fetus placenta also responsible, produces first signal for parturition. This signal received by maternal, here important is the pituitary gland is of mother's body. So the fully matured fetus as well as placenta develop first signal for the parturition, and that signal is received by maternal pituitary gland, and the most important thing, this signal is called fetal ejection reflex. So this question already asked, so this also you prepared. The fetal ejection reflex is produced or developed by the matured fetus as well as by the placenta. Now in response to this fetal ejection reflex, maternal pituitary, you remember, the maternal pituitary gland start to produce oxytocin. Now this oxytocin you remember, so maternal pituitary you remember produces the oxytocin, and oxytocin causes an effect on this oxytocin, maternal body is released, that's why it causes the effect on the tissue of the maternal body, that is the myometrium layer of the uterus. So this oxytocin you remember, it causes effect on myometrium, middle layer of the wall of uterus, of uterus. Now this myometrium, as the oxytocin trigger the myometrium, so myometrium is, you remember we already studied, myometrium is made up of smooth muscles. Smooth muscles means involuntary muscles we study. So the myometrium is a layer of smooth muscles or involuntary muscle, and these involuntary muscles when receive the message from oxytocin, then they produce a severe contraction. As the vigorous contraction produces, the more and more oxytocin is produced by the maternal pituitary, and because of the severe and vigorous contraction, the process of parturition is completed. So here you remember it causes effect on myometrium, and this myometrium causes vigorous contraction because of that more oxytocin secreted, again more contraction, and because of that you remember, because of that the parturition phenomena is completed or parturition take place. So this much you remember. The 2-3 things you remember very well, that the first signal, so this point you remember, the first signal is developed for the phenomena of parturition is from fetus and placenta. What is fetal ejection reflex? So the signal which is developed, produced by the fetus for the process of parturition, that is called fetal ejection reflex. Which pituitary gland? Whose pituitary gland? Maternal pituitary, responsible for oxytocin. Oxytocin question आप याद रखिए, oxytocin is working on myometrium of the uterus, and this myometrium is a kind of layer which is made up of smooth muscles. Smooth muscles we also called involuntary muscles, and because of the vigorous contraction the process of parturition take place. After that one small paragraph is there for the lactation, so that I only explain verbally. So once the parturition is completed, the mother is now, that means the female who undergoes in the process of parturition, that female now undergoes in the process of lactation. So for providing a nutrition and for the feeding of the newborn baby, the lactation phenomena is begins. During that period the mammary gland become active. Oxytocin आप पढ़ चुके हैं, is responsible for the milk production also. So that hormone also activate when the oxytocin releases and responsible for parturition. At the same time it activate on the mammary gland, and in response to that after parturition lactation phenomena begins in female. This part first you remember. Now during lactation for the first 3 to 4 days, the yellowish color or creamish color, dark fluid, creamish color, semi liquid form में fluid is releases, that secreted, that fluid you remember is called as colostrum. So in short you remember, during the process of lactation for the first 3 to 4 days the colostrum is secreted from the mammary gland, and that colostrum, antibody name is not provided in this section. The name of antibody and again some part for the colostrum is provided in human health and disease when we study about chapter 8 of the class 12 human health and disease, and in that chapter when we study about the active and passive immunity, so in that section again the importance of colostrum and the immunoglobulin name is provided. Here also you remember the colostrum contain one of the important antibody or immunoglobulins हम कहते हैं, that antibody is IgA, and this is one of the most important antibody which provide immunity to the infants or to the newborn baby. The period for lactation scientifically is generally for 6 months, and during the 6 months again the menstrual cycles are ceased or blocked in females. So the scientifically the 6-month time period for the lactation is commonly called as lactational phenomena, is that called as lactational amenorrhea. Lactational amenorrhea is generally appears in female to stop the next fertilization. So that lactational amenorrhea actually we will study in the chapter 4th, but the colostrum, one paragraph of colostrum, you go through the chapter 8 active and passive immunity section. When we come towards the chapter 8, at that time we will discuss, but in that section also you appear one paragraph for the colostrum. Secondly, importance of lactational period. that we will study in chapter 4. So over there the lactational amenorrhea we study, and now in this chapter after parturition lactation period के लिए you only remember the main thing is that the colostrum contain the important antibody IgA. And with this today I sum up my session as well as the chapter 3rd which we prepared from last few sessions, and you positively prepared that chapter with me also, so that we complete the chapter human reproduction. So again I request to all the students, if you find out any difficulty and doubts in this chapter, so you feel free to ask those doubts and difficulty. For asking difficulty you can go through my Instagram also, so you can find if any difficulty, so you feel free to ask those the difficulty. Up to next session, stay motivated and stay blessed, and kindly again request to all the children that subscribe my channel, like my videos